Today is episode 18, the reunion special. We're breaking down the messiest reunion yet. Stassi's hosting fail, Brett coming in hot, and Dakota showing up and storming off.
And of course, the cliffhanger we can't ignore, Taylor and Chase. Was that chemistry or production magic? Let's get feral.
This is First and Feral, Utah Unfiltered. Utah born, chaos sworn. No filters, no fluff, just real voices and wild stories from the Beehive State.
Okay, so episode 11, the reunion, like we've finished this season.
I know, it's crazy. I can't believe we got through the whole season.
I know. I've
kind
been
of sad
like,
it's over.
What do you say?
I'm sad it's over. I'm already looking forward to season 4.
I'm excited for season 4, especially because of the stupid Chase thing. They left us on the edge of what did Taylor do with Chase. Taylor makes dumb choices with men.
True.
So I'm worried, but I also am like, does she know at this point that she may be the bachelorette? So she turns him down, like in hopes that she's going to meet someone.
I don't think at this point she knew she was going to be the bachelorette. I honestly think it was a push for production, trying to leave it on a cliffhanger, and then it kind of backfired because she ended up being the bachelorette. There's no way that you think she would hook up with Chase with Miranda being her best friend. I just don't think she would do it. Taylor's pretty loyal friend.
She is a loyal friend. I didn't really trust her like flirtiness with him.
There is chemistry
there is chemistry that like wasn't resolved because
true.
And because her question, like, hey, are you gonna own up to the stuff you said at the gym? And he was like, yeah, we caught feelings. Like, he did agree to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, stuff went down between them for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think she could do it. I felt for Miranda, though, because I just felt like how disrespectful of Chase, because Miranda defends him. Like, Miranda literally has his back. Like, have hers for 1 second of your life. I don't know. I hope not. I'm hoping it was just a push by production and Taylor couldn't answer because they told her she couldn't. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Obviously, it's not going anywhere, though, because, like, you think she hooked up with Chase before she goes to Bachelorette? No.
I don't know. I wouldn't
hope not.
Past her.
I mean, it's true. They hook up with each other. I hope not. I hope
not to.
I did think it was interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I hope so too.
Yeah, I hope not. I did think it was interesting that Taylor basically refused to go to the reunion unless Dakota, or basically she said, I'm not coming if Dakota goes, is what she said.
But Dakota also wouldn't come out.
Yeah, sorry. I have lots to say about that. I have a lot to say about that. I was just going to say, I think it's funny that Taylor showed up 30 minutes late.
I know, yes.
Like rushing towards the door. I'm like, is this not the life of a mother? Like, I feel like that is my day in and day out. Like rushing, like I plan to be on time and then it's just like, here we are. The time just goes away. Anyways, I thought it was so funny. Like, this is
typical Taylor. Yeah. But then she looks beautiful. Like, she just whips it together every single time.
She totally does. And the prayer circle before.
Yeah. So, we were at an event recently, me and my husband, and they said a prayer before it. And I was like, only in Utah. Like, I was like shocked, and I said that. Like, we're only saying prayers at these kind of events in Utah.
What type of event was it?
It was a Friendsgiving.
Okay. Oh,
but the group that I was with is not active LDS at all. Like, they had wine at the Thanksgiving dinner and like drinking all weekend. We were like up on the sandhill.
And it was like an LDS prayer?
It was an LDS prayer before the food. So I leaned over to Troy and said, only in Utah. And he said, no, actually, he's like, a lot of people will pray before food or an event or something. He's like, this is just Christian. So I wanted to
But
ask
it's an
our
LDS
listeners-
prayer. Because
Yeah.
the prayers would be different.
No, are they?
The
Like, I
prayers-
don't know.
The prayers would be different because, so I have family that's Greek Catholic. I believe they're Greek Catholic. And sometimes at my in-laws will let them say the prayer. So my in-laws are LDS and we always have prayers at their house before the food, before events. Like we always will say an LDS prayer before things. But sometimes they'll let my sister-in-law, who's Great Catholic, say the prayer, and her prayer is very different. So I don't know. That's interesting.
I don't know. That's
Very
a question
interesting.
for our listeners, though, because, like, are we praying at events? Like, is this abnormal? Did anyone outside of Utah find the circle prayer abnormal in the show? Because it caught me off guard, but then I was like, no, like, I took it as, well, maybe this is true because of what my husband had said at the Thanksgiving thing.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't catch me off guard necessarily, but I thought it was interesting that they showed it. Who was praying?
I think Jacob.
Who was saying the prayer? Oh, Jacob. Okay,
I
that
think
would make
Jacob or
sense.
Jace, one of the husbands.
That would make sense because Jacob and Macy are still active members. Okay, that makes sense. I think it would be interesting to see like who, like, is it Macy and Jay saying, hey, let's say a prayer before we go out on stage, or like, and I'm not opposed to it by any means.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Interesting. It was just interesting. Sure.
It was interesting. Did you catch that when they were getting ready, they're in glam, and Jesse was like, you guys, I lost my wedding ring. And then, like, in the thing, in the reunion part, I was watching and she had a wedding ring on. But nothing was like actually said. She just said all of the rings along with it is missing.
Oh, I didn't catch
And she
that.
had a diamond on.
I didn't catch that. I don't know.
Okay.
Not a great time to lose your wedding ring, though.
No. No.
There could be some speculation around that.
Yeah.
So Connor says, I would love to hear from Brett. No. He says to Brett, I would love to hear where you are coming from. Brett is mad. Like, mad. He is mad that no one believes in me, is what he says.
Yeah. Okay. So in this part, when the men are backstage, I was caught off guard by Brett because he just automatically turns to like name calling. Like he called Zach a little guy and he said munchkin voice and like just really demeaning.
A bully.
things.
Yeah, he was being a bully. Like
Yes,
I wrote,
but I was
Brett
like,
is a bully.
"Hey, no one's getting your point because you're name calling. Like
Yeah.
you're not getting anything across because of how you're handling it."
Interesting though, because I feel like Demi and Brett handled the situations very similarly.
Yeah.
Like Demi is very bully-esque too.
Yes.
Yeah.
He kept on saying like, "Okay, little guy," to Zach, and I'm like, what? And like, this is not constructive.
Also felt like Zach, you could tell there's definitely tension between Zach and Brett, obviously, but I also felt like Zach was trying to go about it in a respectful way of like, hey, we're just trying to understand, you know, and then it got heated because the way Brett handled it. It just was weird because Brett just, and maybe we missed something before, but Brett just ride off like fire away. Like he just was like.
He was mad. Yeah. Let's just stop and talk about Stassi though. So Stassi is the host.
Yes. She's from Vanderpump, I think. I don't actually really know her. I don't know where
she's from Vanderpump, but she did host another show because they asked her, like, is this your first time hosting a reunion? And she was like, no, my second one. I don't recall what she hosted. I don't know if it was Vanderpump or was she in Vanderpump? I don't know. But right off the bat, right in the very, very beginning, Jen says to Stassi, like, I'm so glad it's you. You're unbiased. Like, she didn't want Nick. And personally, I felt like Stassi dropped the ball.
I did too.
I don't feel like she asked the right questions. I don't feel like she followed up to make sure someone actually answered the question that she asked. And
Do
I feel
you
like
think
she
it-
was like hung up on the drama. Like instead of getting to the nitty gritty and making them answer something, she would just like deter it and like take it to a new subject. And I didn't like that.
There were so many times I was like, wait, what? Why are we changing subjects? You did it like they answered your question. Like, what's the follow up? Like, where's your follow up? I was not impressed with her. There are people online defending her saying that it was production and she had prompts that she had to read. But I was like, still, even then, you have prompts that you follow, but I'm sure that you can have follow-up questions or like, I felt like it was her. I didn't feel like it was someone like rating her in.
No, like I think that she, as a host, you probably have to balance like how heated it gets a little bit.
Sure.
But that's when you put someone else on the spot of like, okay, like we're going to take a break from you in just a second. Demi, can you answer this? Like, and ask someone else the same question so that we get to the bottom of it rather than like let it burst out in like a fight or something.
Do you feel like though that maybe that content was there and production cut it? Because they do say that the reunion was 12 hours long. And they've cut it. Obviously, we only saw an hour of it. So I wonder if she was better and it just got cut. I don't know. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because I was not impressed with her.
That's a good point. And like people online are not wrong because production is going to have like an agenda and like an outline, right?
Yeah.
And her questions are going to be prompted. But she should be able to have follow-up questions too to like clarify. That is probably impromptu. So I mean, you're not wrong in production. I don't know. But you would think like they wouldn't cut it so much that we don't actually get anything answered.
Or like give us a 2-hour special.
Yeah, or like a part
Why'd you only give us 1 hour? If there was that much content filmed, why are we cutting it to 1 hour if there was 12 hours worth of content? That's it. The other thing that I thought of while you were saying that is I was listening to a podcast with Nick, and Nick said that when he hosted the last reunion, he did have a lot of play with like questions and input. Like they kind of let him, like they had an agenda and an outline that he had to follow, but he had a lot of say and like follow-up questions and things. So
I would assume you would as a host. That's what like is right. When you're interviewing someone, you have to have the ability to like follow up because a person is going to like deter off subject and you got to get them back or like have a new question.
Even her response to questions though, like I should find where I'd written that down because I should find what the question is.
Well, I wrote down that Stassi didn't handle the conversation good when Demi is comparing Macy to her. Like it's when they're talking about being a victim of sexual abuse. And it gets a little bit.
Yeah, I wrote down, so she looks at Jason Michaela and says, "Are you still having issues?" And I don't remember what Michaela's response was, but basically like, yeah, we're still working through it. And Stassi's response was, yeah. And then like no follow-up. We switched to a different subject and I was like, you can't even say like, I'm sorry you're still having issues. Like, how are you working through it? Or like, I don't know, something. Her responses were really weird.
They were very strange to me too.
Yeah. I didn't love her. Bring Nick back. Nick.
We need Nick because he just like get to it. Like he's hard on people, which would be hard to be in the hot seat, but he does like it. He's good for the audience.
He is. And I think that's what makes him good at podcasting too, is he asks the questions that some people are afraid to ask. Totally. And he does go after people hard, but he holds them accountable in a way.
Yeah.
So he is kind of controversial, but I wish that I was disappointed with Stassi. I wish it would have been Nick.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
The babies were so cute.
Oh, I know.
When he showed the babies, I was like, oh my gosh. And Jen looks so beautiful with dark hair.
She does.
She looks so
I like the dark hair on her a lot better. Jessie's hair also looks amazing. Like, I feel like all the girls look really beautiful. I didn't love Miranda. Yeah, I didn't love her hairstyle.
Was it her hairstyle or her makeup?
A little bit of both, because when you could see her face, she's got a lot of texture on her skin. And so I feel like the makeup artist could have done more for her in that aspect. Yeah. But like maybe she has acne scars or something. I'm not really sure. It was very textured. And I feel like the makeup artist could have done something for that. But her hair, Miranda is beautiful. But she's got those ears that kind of poke out. And so I feel like if her hair is up, it's not the most flattering for her.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I felt bad for her because I didn't think it was her best look. Again, she's beautiful, so I don't want to pick her apart. But she almost seemed stressed in the reunion. Like, she seemed stressed. Like, maybe she hadn't got enough sleep, or like, I'm sure what they're doing is stressful, and like event after event, you would be tired. But she seemed really stressed to me here. And I just felt like I could see it in her face. So
when they brought out Chase for the Dunkin' Donuts bar, which I just assumed Dunkin' Bar, they probably sponsored the show.
Sure. Yeah, it was a promotion for sure.
Yeah. But then Chase comes out and sits behind Taylor for a second, and they talk to them about their situation. And like, I wrote it down because it was uncomfortable. Taylor's kind of flirty. And she's like, kind of like, I don't know. It's just uncomfortable for me. She's a little bit flirty with Chase. And Miranda's face is annoyed. Like, well,
you would be though.
Out. Yeah, because they ask her about it. Like, hey, did you know that they met up for dinner or whatever? And she says, well, there was definitely details left out about it. And then when Chase, like after that conversation is done, Chase walks away and Taylor turns around and says like, bye really quickly. And I was like,
she did?
Yeah. And so their relationship, it catches me off guard. Regardless of it being your ex, like, what about girl code?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
your friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who cares about Chase?
Right. And he's an idiot anyways.
Yeah.
Did you catch the jabs though that Demi was throwing out when Chase walked out about Taylor?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She's like, oh good, you're gonna stay over there because I don't want to be touched again. But then Miranda is sitting next to Demi and she quietly says, oh, you're calling it touch. Then you realize it was a touch. And Demi is laughing about it. Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I heard when she said Stassia said something about like, how do you feel like Chase being behind you? And Demi says, oh, I figured he'd rather be under her.
Under Taylor?
Yeah.
See, there's something weird. But Demi was kind of
Miranda.
Grabbing. I know. So maybe that's why Miranda was not super pumped to be there. It was uncomfortable.
Well, and then Stassi says, so Taylor, like, what's going on with you and Chase? And Taylor's response was so weird. She says, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. You can't tell. What? I don't know.
I don't know either. And I mean, clearly, she doesn't end up with him. She's a bachelorette. But, like, let's
not even try it out.
Oh, no.
Layla, Mason comes out too, which Mason is cute.
Oh.
But cute. They ask Layla, like, who's a better kisser? And she was like, well, Mason, which I mean, good answer. But
yeah, what else is she going to say? Yes. So awkward.
What is going on with you guys?
I don't know. Somebody says, I think it's Jesse says, I was going to ask who's bigger instead of the who's a better kisser.
She did say that.
Jesse says, I was going to ask who's bigger. And I was like, oh,
that's even worse.
This is so awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward. Layla should feel really stupid.
She should. She definitely should. And then we talked about it. Jace and Michaela are still having issues, which is sad.
Yeah, Jace was like very zero emotion for me. Mm-hmm. Like I would like they would clip to him and he just was sitting there with like a blank stare, like he was zoned out. But then he would answer like the question fine. He's listening, but I just feel like he was very like numb.
Yeah. We skipped over how the guys looked though.
Yeah, so online, like they are getting some heat on
Because
what
they look like
wear.
leprechauns.
Yeah, like munchkins or leprechauns. I've seen something, but they are all
Irish.
in like weird patterns and weird colors and like
Yeah.
weird ties. I don't know.
Like
I didn't like their
Irish.
attire.
I did not either. And when like whoever put the Irish music to the, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they do look like that.
Yes, they did not look good.
Let's get Dad talk some stylists.
Whitney actually looked very beautiful. Like
Yeah.
she was classy and beautiful. Like her dress and hair. Like I was like, okay, Whitney, that's what we've been waiting for from you. Is your stylist hired or what? She looks really pretty.
She did, yeah. Everyone looked really pretty. The only one I was a little bit like, oh, she looks a little rough is Miranda, which, I mean, we all have our days, so whatever. Did you think it was interesting that when they spoke to Michaela, Jesse kind of jumps in and starts talking about how she was raped at 19?
Well, it wasn't like right from that because I think...
Yeah, I felt like, I mean, to me, I remember watching it and feeling like she almost took over Michaela's or story, which maybe she jumped in protecting her because Michaela's not one to really share either. So maybe they were having a hard time like getting something out of Michaela and Jesse jumped in to like help save her. I don't know.
Maybe.
It didn't seem like Jordyn, though, was too happy about her sharing. His face didn't seem happy about it.
Well, it was a little bit irrelevant, though. Like, I think she was trying to relate, but it did feel a little bit irrelevant.
Right. That's a better
way
of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, wow. Like, because that's like that's a big subject. And so then it did kind of like get brushed by that. I was like, oh, whoa. Like, hold on. Are we talking about it? But it just got, I don't know. But it did open up the door for Connor. Connor jumped in and was saying he can relate with like intimacy of feeling a little bit numb and disassociated with your body. And was trying to relate with like Michaela and Jace's situation.
Connor, because of Connor's previous like addiction to, didn't he have an addiction to porn or something?
Yeah, Connor is dealing with an addiction to porn, but I'm pretty sure that he was sexually abused as a child.
Oh, he was. You're right.
Yeah, so I think that's where he was coming forward saying like, I can understand what that feels like to disassociate like your body with an action because you're not in control.
Which people, the reaction of people has been interesting because there's so many people saying like, we should be concerned that this small cast of people from Utah all have had like sexual trauma of some kind. Which is concerning. Do you feel like it is highly prevalent here in Utah? Or do you feel like it's just prevalent everywhere?
Yeah, I think that if we probably looked at statistics, it's probably like one in how many people, right? And so you're getting a cast together that is from a wide range of Utah, from like Holly County into Utah County of kids or, people. So I bet the statistic is just high. I don't think it would have anything to do with Utah because I feel like it's going to be prevalent wherever there's just those type of people.
Do you think that it's prevalent in like highly religious communities? Like Utah is highly religious, right? It's
because like
dominant.
It's such a taboo topic with like religion, or why?
Yeah, because people online are saying that because of the highly religious culture, this is why, we have such a small cast and it's so prevalent in this group. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I'm just like curious what people's thoughts are.
Yeah, I don't know because like also it's like, okay, it's not one church, it's all the churches you hear this happening in. Then it's also like, okay, it's schools, like and family members, like it's so hard to like nail down that it would be a religious thing. But I also think we're saying with like being conservative, we're waiting so long to have sex and like we don't talk about that subject. It's not like it's a very taboo topic, which creates like porn addictions and hiding and like secrecy and curiosity. So then it would maybe create something like sexual abuse.
You also wonder too if it's just more people are talking about it. We're highly connected too. Like we're so connected to people that normally we wouldn't, or like I guess in the past you weren't as connected, right? We didn't know what was happening with the people in Utah County. How would we? So you must wonder if it's too because we're more connected and more open to talking about it. So you're hearing about it more. But that has been like in a lot of the groups online, people have been like, we should be concerned that this whole cast is now come out and been, I mean, majority of them have had some sort of, abuse in their life. So it's kind of concerning. And it is like heavy stuff, but also, I mean, I'm proud of them for being vulnerable and being able to share it because I do think that it will help whoever is listening. You know, someone out there is listening and it will help them.
Yeah, I agree that they're not alone.
Yeah. And I think it's good that we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I do too.
Jumping into Dakota. One, why would they allow the girls to exit the stage to have Dakota come on? Like, why was that? Whose idea was that?
Only thing that I would think for that is they're wanting Dakota to be comfortable to talk. And with Taylor there or heat from Macy or whatever it is, would be harder for him to like get out a sentence. I don't know. He did not look good. Like he walked in and I was like, are you here for the reunion or did you just show up today? Like he looked very not dressed well.
People are speculating that he was either high or drinking, which is sad because we also know that he deals with an addiction, right? Didn't you say you heard him on a podcast and he has like addiction tendencies or?
Yeah, he has been a like addict in the past with drugs and stuff.
Yeah. So people were speculating. I don't know if that's the case. Sad if that's the case, but he did not look good. He didn't sound good. Yeah.
No, he didn't. Kate, did you catch though that he said this was 2 years ago? So again, it got repeated that this was 2 years ago. Taylor was 10 years.
They did?
Yeah. Taylor,
yeah,
it was like,
I wrote down over 2 years ago.
Yeah. So Dakota's like, I'm trying to remember. But it was kind of interesting because Dakota is almost like, he's not denying it, but he's also trying to throw this lady under the bus. Like, she sent a picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sent a picture back, but he's saying like, the first picture was like out of line. And so, but then he would like defend his picture. And I'm like, yeah, but you followed. Like, if you felt it was so out of line, then why did you keep communicating with this person and you sent a picture of your silhouette? Regardless of it being dark or not, what were you implying?
Yeah, what does it matter?
Yeah. So his like behavior was really weird for me because I'm like, wait.
He was trying to defend it, but then like not, I don't know.
But then he knows it's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why we're giving Dakota the time of day. I don't get him off the stage. I don't even.
Well, then when they brought in the girls, he looks at Taylor and he's like, you look really pretty. I'm like, dirtbag, like, don't even try.
Stop.
Like, that's manipulation for her.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. And then they bring in Taylor's parents and I'm like, why? Why are they here? Like this, I didn't care to see that. Did you? Like, I don't care to see the exchange between Dakota's parents and Taylor's parents and Dakota. Didn't care to see it. I don't know. I just feel like it's a waste
so I didn't care to see it. The dad, if you paid attention, Leanne was actually like listening to him and trying to like hear him out.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like angry. But the dad couldn't even look at him. If you were paying attention, he was like looking the whole other direction.
Which is a 180 from the barbecue scene where he completely defended Dakota instead of Taylor. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, he would be pissed though.
Well, and Taylor goes, you were trying to like defend it like, oh, well, guess what? I weeded out a bad family member or friend. Like,
oh, geez.
that doesn't make it any better. Okay, we weeded her out. She's not a good person. But that doesn't make this behavior okay.
No, and Dakota definitely has fault in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised by Brett apologizing to Miranda.
I actually was happy about that because me and you, that caught us off guard too, that he said that on the phone, that she was bright trash. Okay, Brett came on strong to the men right in the beginning, like when he was backstage. But then when they were actually in the interview, I do feel like Brett was trying to like apologize and be respectful. Like I was kind of feeling bad for Brett a little bit.
Do you feel like though on stage he was just trying to save face? Because like backstage he had a different demeanor. So again, is it calculated because he knew on stage this would be aired and backstage he didn't necessarily know that was going to be aired? I don't know.
That's very true.
I don't know.
Very true. I don't know.
Yeah.
She accepted his apology, Miranda did, but she wasn't super pumped about it.
No, Miranda is very well spoken. Like when she said like, I don't like the timing of it's not great. I was like, yeah. Like I agree. She's just very well spoken. I feel like you can tell she thinks about things before she says them. She's one of those people that she's not just off the cuff. Like she really just thinks about things and then like,
yeah, I would say that. They also talked, like Demi was trying to talk to Jen.
Yeah.
And Brett was trying to talk to Jen, like, hey, why would you say that Marciano kissed me? Like, did you see anything? Like, you're saying you did, but you're like, we never had a kiss off camera. And Jen kind of like does tickles.
She does. Do you think though, because when she says, because there is video of Marciano kissing Demi on the cheek. There's a video of that. So you wonder if it's been like misconstrued of like Jen saying, yeah, I saw Marciano kiss her like on the cheek because he did. I don't know. It's very messy. That's what I'm saying. Like there was no questions answered. The questions that we wanted answers weren't asked. Like
and this is part of where Jen was like trying to like catch herself and like they weren't really getting to the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of getting back and forth between her and Demi a little bit. And Stassi just says, okay, like we're going to, and she asks a whole new question. Mm-hmm. I wrote down like change the subject. Like what? Yeah. What?
I don't know. It was very frustrating. Which again, back to it, is it production just cutting it? Or there also is an active lawsuit, mind you, going on between Marciano, right, and Demi and Brett. Like he is basically suing them for defamation. So you almost wonder if there were questions answered, but they couldn't air it because of the active like legal stuff going on. I don't know. Either way, I'm annoyed. Like we need another hour of what happened in the 12 hours that were filmed, or like just don't do people are saying like, why did we even have a reunion? Why did we have a reunion? There was nothing answered.
Well, okay, so I read like a whole forum feed that was like speculation on if production went in behind and actually like posed questions and the cast is actually answering questions that weren't the question we're hearing. Because of how things are answered or not answered, people are like speculating that Stassi went back and read questions for, that production felt like should be put in place.
Which would make sense to her, like her no responses. Because she really didn't have a ton of like responses or follow-up questions.
No.
So that would fall in line with that. I don't know. I mean, are they going to give us another hour reunion, or are we just jumping right into season 4?
Yeah, that they're done. It just was very like disappointing. We wanted answers. That's what the reunion is for.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't have even held a reunion. With what we got, they shouldn't have held a reunion. We didn't talk about, though, that they announced that the guys spent time in the villa at Vanderpump.
Yeah, because I think Stassi asked them, like, hey, you seemed okay at Vanderpump, like you were fine with Marciano. And Jordyn jumps in and is like, I was never okay with him.
Doesn't it end with Dakota just completely walking off the stage because he can't apologize?
Yeah.
Dakota can't apologize. And then he storms off the stage.
Yeah. And Leanne and the dad are kind of just like, they don't want to hear you out. Leanne says, like, look, you've been dishonest and you've been a different person than you've like perceived yourself to be. Like, we were backing you and like trying to be supportive, but you have shown us time and time again that you are a different person than you're saying that you are. And you're showing us that. And she says, you're basically just always spewing bullshit. But then it gets heated because Taylor is saying, like, you know, I have to be cordial because of the sake of our son. But I feel sad a lot of the times because of who I chose for him to, you know, that I chose you as a dad. And Dakota gets pretty mad and is like, excuse me, like, you can't say I'm a good dad, which I do think Dakota is there forever. I do.
I do too. Somebody stood up for him and said, like, hold on, who was it that stood up for him and said, Dakota's a good dad? I'm going to step in and say that. Was it Jordyn or?
I can't remember who said it, but someone did back him. And then Dakota asked himself, like, Taylor, you can say that I'm not a good dad. And she says, no, you are forever. He storms off and is like, I'm done. And he takes his mic off, which I'm like, I left like, what? Like, we didn't talk about anything.
It was a shit show.
Yeah, it really is. Demi is really upset. Demi balls but you also see Demi really upset and she says, it's like such a big, like, I'm in pain and it's ruining my reputation. Like, she will throw in there her image.
Mm-hmm. Her image is very important to her.
Disingenuine.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, because it seems like she's more worried about her image than actually like for the girls or for her friendship.
She lost her best friend, Jessie.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's where I was like kind of on Demi's side a little bit. I was like, okay, let's hear her out. Like, Brett and her here to talk, whatever. And then when she was like crying behind the scenes saying that, I was like, wait, you actually are not upset about what actually you should be upset about.
Yeah.
Who cares about your image?
Yeah. I don't know.
It ended a little crazy. I mean, we're going to watch season 4.
We're going to watch season 4 for sure. We'll be recapping that as well. I kind of hope that, and there's been talk about this online too. I feel like they're a little bit shooting themselves in the foot by just dropping all the episodes at one time. I hope they drop them a little slower.
I think so too. I don't like that they do that.
Before we go, we have lots more content coming your way, so stay tuned. We'll be doing weekly recaps of Taylor Frankie Paul's journey as a bachelorette, breaking down every moment, every twist, and all the chaos in between. You won't want to miss it.
Make sure you're following First and Feral so you don't miss a single episode.
Thanks for listening to First and Feral, Utah Unfiltered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay a little feral.